Guys, you're a font of information. This is amazing.
And we kind of love what we do.
I know we're a little passionate.
You're all excited, and I love this. But we've come to that time in the podcast where you're going to help me answer some questions from visitors. So are you ready?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
sweet.
so
Love it.
here's
Let's have our wine.
We have two. Yeah, take a sip. So we have two visitor centers. People ask us questions. They also email us. They go to Facebook. They text us.
Yep.
And this is what we call We Get Questions.
Fun.
Great. We love questions.
All right, here we go. First one came in. Any recommendations for some slower, chill, nighttime drinking and lounging spots with fire pit areas? Yeah, and it's be anywhere.
Besides the ranch.
The ranch is a
We
good
have a fire
one.
pit.
Yeah, like it says, I don't
But
know.
we close at 5.
We close at 5.
Okay.
So that wouldn't work, but we do have wine down Wednesdays that we stay open until 6.
That's
So
true.
Okay.
we do
Throughout
Okay.
the summer.
That's
We
kind of
do.
good.
Yeah,
And
And we do have a fire pit.
we have a
going.
fire
A
pit.
fire
It's
pit.
lovely.
Okay.
But here locally, ooh,
and it can be
good.
anywhere, like Petaluma. It can be anywhere that you know.
Yeah, Brewski's downtown.
Oh, yeah.
Brewster's.
Brewster's. Yeah, that's a cool spot.
Brewski's. Hey.
Brewster's. Yeah.
No, that
Well,
is pretty
you
fun.
can get brewskis at Brewster's, though.
You can,
So
yeah,
that's,
exactly.
that's what you got
And
there.
it's right on the
Great
river,
place.
and it's
Totally.
so
Yeah.
lively. What
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
about it, like
Yeah.
we'll take our team down there, you
Right.
know, after work and do it. And
Yep.
they have music on
Okay.
the weekends, which I really like. you
Yeah, and
know.
a lot of families
A lot
go
of
there.
families.
It's
Okay.
nice. Parents come with little kids.
Yeah.
But it's not a jungle gym. It's
Right.
It's really fun.
No, it's fun,
really
and it's
good.
right on the river, which I
Okay.
like.
Yeah.
Anything that's around the river,
Right.
is
Me too.
kind of
Petaluma has a
cool.
river. It's a beautiful river. They had
It
a
really
river-town
does.
revival down there.
It is.
And,
Yeah, that was just a couple weekends
yeah,
ago.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a neat thing. You guys
Yeah.
also have a neat train that goes through there, a smart train.
We have
so-
a smart
Finally.
train, so you
Yeah.
can ride the train in.
From
Yep.
Santa Rosa or from the city, you can take the
Right.
ferry and take that.
Everything's
from
up to date in
Yep.
Petaluma City.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a good one. Also, here in town of Sonoma, Wit and Wisdom, which is at the lodge at Sonoma.
Oh, yeah, I love
they have
those
great
lodges.
fire pits there.
Yeah, they do.
Great.
That's where I stay when I come to town.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Great. It's a good spot.
Yeah.
See?
Oh, and you know what? Hop Monk Tavern.
Great,
Oh, yeah.
Has a
great
gr-
one.
Has
Yeah.
beer and
Yep.
fire
Right,
pits.
fire pits, you can chill
really
there.
chill vibe.
And they have
outside.
live music sometimes.
There you go.
And that's
Hot
really
Monk's
We
fun.
were just
great.
talking about
Okay.
that today.
Okay.
Exactly.
Here we go.
Okay.
Another good job, by the way.
Was
You-
that
Thanks.
okay?
Did we pass?
Yeah, you did a good job.
Okay, we can have a sip of wine.
Sips of wine.
Sam's driving. I'm good.
Here's another one. I have a friend who reached out to me about options in Sonoma for wine. They really like sweet wines.
Okay.
We don't. Any ideas where I can suggest they
Yes.
go?
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, Sonoma.
Okay.
No,
Sam.
anyway.
Sorry, I went to Napa.
Well-
Is that
No,
okay?
I was
It's
like,
not that far away. It's just east of Eden, as they say. Go ahead. Tell me
Yeah, it's
about.
only
I was
5 minutes.
thinking Visa Tui.
yes.
Okay. Good sweet
Because
wines over there.
Visa Tui
They have a lot of good
makes,
sweet wines.
they probably have 80 different wines that they make. So there's
Yeah.
something for everybody.
Yeah.
There really is.
What makes a You're gonna go dorky on me. What makes a wine sweet? Why are some wines sweet and some are not?
Because Tim, you opened it and it made it sweet.
So sweet.
Yeah,
You're hired. You're
that's
hired,
it.
marketing
That's it.
lady.
That's it.
Is it because what I've been told is that some people say they want sweet wines.
Yeah.
But oftentimes, if you go to a winery, you can ask for what's called a late harvest wine.
Right.
Which is the grapes hang a little bit longer on the vines, the sugars develop.
Yep.
You got it.
Sometimes it gets a little higher alcohol,
Yep.
so you gotta be careful there. But
Yep. You got
they're
it.
sweeter type
Yep.
of wines, and,
Yep.
and they're quite good. I think almost every winery will have a sweeter wine
Yeah.
in their pockets somewhere.
Or
Good point.
Or like
Great
a
point.
meat.
Really.
I think the one thing with the sweet wines, because we do talk about this a little bit,
Mm.
and as we talk to our winemaker and what's he's doing
Right.
in the next 3 years, sometimes like a rosé, it can be a little sweet, and some
Correct.
people with a sweet palate go, "This is sweet enough. This is
I
great."
think this could be sweet for people who like sweet wines because
there you go.
I'm tasting sweetness on this.
There is
There
a
you go.
lot of yummy
But-
sweetness,
yeah.
and that's why it's kind of a nice summer afternoon chilled wine. But
Yep.
then we also do an Angelica just to kind of relate to what we're doing, which is not a port. It's done in that mission kind of way, and you would think it would be because it's an after dinner kind of beverage where we
Okay.
put it in coffee and it's just delicious, and it has a sweetness to it.
Okay, right.
Right. So there's such a range of sweetness.
It's so true.
And I think what people who are first timers to wine drinking or new to wine tasting think, I don't like wine, I only like sweet things, so I like sweet wine.
Yeah.
But most wines do
Right.
have a sweetness. They're the opposite of sweet, which is kind of funny. We say in the wine world is dry.
right.
right.
But there are very few super, super dry wines in California that are like so dry there's no sweetness.
There's no sweetness.
Right.
Good
but
point,
There's,
'cause
there's
we're
a
in
little bit of
California.
sweetness. Right.
Yeah, great point.
They call it fruit forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think you can go in. It's like marketing word.
Don't Don't be giving that to me. You brought it up. No.
I once asked a guy. I read the back of a wine label. This guy did wine marketing, and I read all the words. You know, the words like cassis and brambleberry.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, Jesus, who writes this crap? And he goes, Tim, I do. I said, oh well, it's really well
good.
done.
It's just well done.
Wow, I love brambleberry. I got no idea what that is.
Yeah,
But,
I don't even know what that is. And I've been doing this
but
for a little while.
I have notes of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that, can I just throw this out there? What Sam was saying, we just want to make olive oil approachable and understandable and fun.
Right.
We feel the same way about wine.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
we have 12 different wines.
Yep.
We love them. We have some sparkling. We do everything we do is to share with other people and enjoy. We do not believe in the high pretense of not knowing something.
Right.
We tell you how we know. Is it in a barrel? Yes or no? Is it American oak? It's like we just like to give you the facts and then go, but try it and see if you like it. Because if you like it, doesn't really matter. You just, enjoy it.
Right.
Try
Put away
it.
the pretense.
Yeah.
Pick up the glass.
Just pick it up, and if you like it, then it's something that you now enjoy, and now you have a little education in something that maybe you can go back and have a better life because of it.
Right.
And we like that because everything we do is that way. Because we do culinary, we actually do olive oil beauty products. We you will come. I swear you'll have fun, but you'll get such an education, and we will not fill you with too much because you're going to actually be doing fun things at the same time. But that's what's so cool about olive oil because there's so many legs to it.
Okay.
It really is. It's just a cool thing.
That was good. All right, so going back, most wineries will have a sweet wine. Even
Yes. Yeah.
McEvoy Ranch
Yes.
will have wines that have
Yep.
sweetness to it that you can
Correct.
taste. Very good.
Absolutely.
Final question. Like I said, we have the visitor center. People come up and ask us all sorts of
I love
questions.
it.
So what are the odds they came up and asked us this question? They just randomly ask us. What's the difference between fresh olive oil and the store-bought stuff that's been sitting on the shelf for a while?
Sam, would you like to take that question?
So isn't that weird? Someone got off a tour bus and they asked me that question. What are the odds?
Oh,
and then you guys are here.
What are the odds?
What are the odds?
So
That's
what,
incredible.
so what is the difference between fresh olive oil and the store-bought stuff that's been sitting on the shelf?
Well, the store-bought stuff that's been sitting on the shelf likely is not delicious anymore.
Okay.
Likely it's not delicious. Now, I'm not saying all I'm not saying all olive oil in the store is that way, but your consumer question was very specific.
Yeah.
The stuff that's been sitting on the shelves for years.
Right. Obviously this is store-bought if I buy McEvoy Ranch at a store. But it's
Exactly.
fresh.
So
or
I'm
we
not-
have wholesale too, small boutique.
Right.
Exactly.
They can come and tell you about that olive oil kind of
But
story.
I've been sitting, here it is. It's kind of dusty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look, olive oil.
yeah.
It's like in the back.
I'm
this
just
must be
gonna
fine.
say,
Don't buy
hands
it.
down, it's rancid.
Okay.
It's at this point, it's rancid.
Okay.
It's oxidized. It's gone bad. It's gonna taste a little bit like crayons.
Oh,
that kind of waxy.
crayons.
When you smell a crayon,
Oh, I
that
eat 'em.
waxy
Yeah,
smell,
yeah.
or when you eat crayons. Yeah,
Right.
Tim's
exactly.
like, yeah.
yeah.
that
Down
one.
on that.
Yeah. He might
So-
like rancid then. Okay.
And kindergarten paste. No,
Exactly. That's what it's gonna.
Okay.
That's what
Yeah.
it's
It's just
going
not going to
to
be
taste
good.
like.
So what if I have an old bottle of olive oil?
Yeah.
That's rancid.
Yeah.
Is there another use for it? Can I clean
So-
with it?
Good
Can
question.
What a
What do you
great
do? I don't
question.
think we've
so
ever had that.
How
we're
do I
gonna
throw
get
away
real
your
corner
competitor's
case
crap?
right
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
I just chopped down a tree in my backyard, and I don't have a stump grinder, so I actually drilled a bunch of holes in the trunk, and I poured the old rancid oil in those little holes to try and kill the tree.
Oh, okay.
Okay, can you tell who's in charge of agriculture at the ranch?
That's a smart
It's a
idea.
terrible way to use your old
No,
olive
well,
oil.
at least you weren't using charcoal lighter fluid or something.
Right,
like that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want
So-
anything poisonous
Right,
in my
right.
backyard.
Okay,
and
so-
I don't want this bay tree to resprout. So I have polished my boots with it before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
it's still a theoretically organic product.
Exactly, monounsaturated
Organic meaning,
fat.
yeah, okay. So-
Totally.
But don't put it
So-
on your chopping board.
no.
Not even the good stuff.
Oh.
No, don't put it on
Yeah.
your
Oh,
chopping
to
board.
reseason a chopping,
No.
a
Don't
wooden
feed
chopping
it
board.
to your
Wax.
dog.
Right.
Don't
Ooh.
do none of that.
No, I don't do that.
The old
No,
stuff.
I feed the good stuff.
We feed the
Exactly,
good
but
stuff.
why
Right,
would you
fry a
give your
little
dog?
egg.
Why would you give man's best friend
People are
an
weird.
old
Sorry,
olive oil?
not you guys.
Exactly.
Right,
Exactly.
okay.
You're right. So don't do that.
Don't do that.
So it sounds like the difference is quality, taste, experience.
Right. So when you open up a bottle of olive oil, I always recommend, just like you would with any ingredient that you're about to cook with, taste it on its own first.
All right.
Like most people just kind of throw it straight into the
Yeah.
pan without tasting it. Taste it on its own.
Right.
And only thing you should taste is fresh.
Okay.
right? And so there's lots of, subtleties and variations and different iterations of pungency and pepperiness and grassiness and artichoke, blah, blah, blah. All of that is noise. It should just taste fresh.
Got it.
And if it doesn't taste fresh, then don't put it in your food.
You would not open up milk if it smelled bad.
No.
You
Exactly,
wouldn't cook with
just
it.
like milk. And
Right.
see, no one feels unconfident about whether they know if milk is bad
Yeah.
or not.
Right.
Everyone feels pretty confident. Like,
Right.
I can stick my nose into a carton and be
Like,
like,
oh, God.
this is cool, this is not cool.
Right.
Olive oil is the same way. Once you start sniffing it, you'll be able to tell.
Okay.
It's pretty simple. It smells good, or it smells like crayons, or your basement, or vinegar.
Right,
If it smells
okay.
like any of that stuff, you don't want it.
You can use it in place of a stump grinder, though.
It's stump grinder, right? Boot.
You can.
Boot polish.
Cleaner. Okay,
Yep,
very good.
Absolutely.
I love it.
But you should eat it way before it gets to that point.
Right.
No doubt.
As soon as possible because we harvest every year.
Okay.
So
There's always more coming, guys.
Okay, and so also to answer your the tourist's question,
Right.
look for harvest date
Yeah.
on the label.
Okay.
That's a really great indicator. It's not a perfect indicator,
Yeah.
but it's a really good indicator
Trust me, it's
about
there.
how fresh the olive oil is.
So there is, just like in wine has a vintage date.
Yes.
Yeah.
It sounds like you put a harvest date on the
Yes.
label, so I know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
And
okay.
so, here, what are we in? We're in, middle of 2022.
Right.
3.
harvest, 22
Right
harvest,
now.
23 year.
Right.
Right.
So we're in the middle of 2023 now. So we should be eating the 2022 harvest.
Which
If
this is
you-
autumn 2022 right here.
you go.
Exactly.
So,
But if you're
right.
going to the store and you look at the back of the label and it still says 2020, pass that oil on
Okay.
up.
Yeah.
Let
Just
someone
keep moving
else deal with
Yeah.
that oil.
Good to know.
Yep.
Thank you.